Hey, Nick, does it feel like you're in some sort of really crappy Groundhog Day existence that everything seems to be the same, only bad?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I think, again, I think we come out with a pretty decent approach in the garden and things are going on. They had a couple really low percentage guys hit a string of threes, right? So you're playing that percentage and it goes against you. And again, we had a pretty good string of them that didn't score and ball doesn't bounce our way. We get down and fight all the way back kind of to level at the half and they throw a deep one in on us and things like that. Again, they give them credit tonight, Doug. They were really, really playing hard. They really, they played really good, and we didn't. We didn't. And then we ran out of gas a little bit as well.
This team, even this year when it was going well, this team had an ability to stop other teams' runs when it got to the critical point. Lately, they haven't. Is there a why to that?
Well, I think that you know, I think that Doug, we're still working our way back. I just think we don't have the energy maybe and the juice to do it as much as we need to. I think we're still kind of some guys are working their way back into condition and like I said, it's a real 5-man thing, right? I just think that we're gonna have to, continue to play these games and hopefully that gets us in a little better shape and we can handle, some sustained play, consistent play over longer periods of time. And again, I think we were able to do it against Utah, right? But again, that was a night we were just really in sync and playing well, hitting a lot of threes. We were really getting good shots and executing. I think both these last two nights we kind of pushed the early rush button a little bit, right? We just kind of, I thought we'd come up the floor and took a lot of perimeter shots without exploring anything. And that's fine if guys are really hot or things are really going well, but it wasn't the case. And we I didn't think we attacked the rim enough and put them under enough duress in the paint. But in saying that, I would say again, they were really down and guarding and moving their feet, throwing their bodies into us, and we couldn't get around them some of the times we did try to drive. So made it tough.
Thanks very much, Nick. Have a safe trip back and a good day off tomorrow.
Thank you, Doug.
Next question will go to Josh.
Hey, Nick. Outside of the four main guys, nobody had more than 6 points. I mean, you continue to search for guys at the back end of that rotation. How tough is it on you and the coaches? And how tough is it on those 4 guys or 5 guys when OG is in there that nobody has really kind of stepped up consistently to help take some of the pressure off of the main guys?
Well, I mean, I think Josh, ideally, and I know this may sound strange, but ideally, I think, a lot of our scoring punch was sitting on the bench with Norm and Chris was providing a lot. This was the night where they were switching a lot, so Chris doesn't get as many opportunities on those nights. Usually the bigs are down, Gobert's down, or whatever, protecting, or they're chasing the ball because we're penetrating it so hard you can sneak out behind and get a few. So, Norm in the starting lineup and there isn't a bunch. Paul came in and hit a couple and thought, okay, we got a little spark there from him, but just wasn't much else, there for shot attempts or opportunities or making them,
On a positive side, what can you say about the effort that Fred has given you? 3 games and 4 nights, the amount of minutes that he's playing, coming off of what he's coming off of, and to play as well as he did today?
Well, I think that Josh is who he is, man. He's just, he's a super competitor, and he just, I think more than anyone missed being out. I think he talked about that a little bit, and he just doing everything humanly possible to try to will us to a win. He just needs a little more help.
Thanks, Nick. Safe travels.
Thank you.
We'll go to Aaron.
Hey, Nick. we talked the other day about Chris's development as a defender, and he took that foul on that 3-point shooter, and the broadcast showed that he wasn't very happy. I imagine you weren't either. How do you deal with those moments? Do you talk to him in the moment, or I guess he
Well,
knew it
on
was
that one, I think I was standing right there, Aaron, and I think he clearly fouled him, right? And so you can't, I mean, I was just trying to calm him down to not complain that he didn't foul the guy, right? I was just trying to get him to get off it. But listen, it's a little bit of a catch-22 with him, Aaron. As you know, he blocks a lot of 3-point shots. But he had, you know, anytime you foul a 3-point shooter, it seems like a really bad play, and it usually is, right? He's trying really hard to get to the side of people, right? To make a hard challenge and run outside their shoulder, that these guys are jumping over out of their cylinder. And that's legal, right? As the rules stand right now, it's okay for the guy to jump and take an unnatural shot, and they're going to give you 3 on that. So it's just a balance of whether he thinks he's going to just contest, you know, or get by the guy and he gets caught in between a little bit. But it's just an experience thing, Aaron. I think, you know, we've certainly pulled a lot of clips and showed him, because I think he might have had 3 in one game once a while back, where he fouled 3-point shooter 3 times. But he's also, again, as you have seen this year, he gets a piece of a lot of them too, because he's so long and athletic. So got to find a balance where he can get a piece of a couple and not run into anybody, you know, and he's got to have to just learn that, and the speed of the game and how far he's away and what chance he has, and maybe who the personnel is that's shooting the ball.
And I'll ask you about DeAndre Bembry. How did his night end? What happened there? Was he ejected?
I think he drove baseline there, Aaron, and you know, he thinks he got hit kind of right in the top of the head on that shot, and he was asked, you know, he was down playing defense there in the wing, and he asked the ref, he said he didn't think that was a foul, and he said no. I guess he just kind of kept talking a little bit and got 1, and then when he got 1, he got upset again, so he got 2.
Okay, thank you. Safe travel.
We'll go to William.
Hey, Coach. You had that moment with Coach Silas at the end of the game. I don't feel like there's been that much interaction with coaches, obviously, this year with everyone being separated and all these rules and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Did you say anything to him?
I'll probably get fined for that, William. I'm probably not supposed to give him an elbow bump.
Well, it's a good thing you got that extension. But did you say anything to Coach Silas?
Yeah, I just congratulated him, said his guys played great, told him to hang in there, and wished him luck.
And obviously losing is very, very tough, especially for you guys, obviously, with such a winning pedigree and things like that. How are you personally just like keeping enthusiastic or just keeping your positivity up as a coach?
Well, I'm totally enthusiastic. Like I told you, I'm happy, and it's been fun to get back everybody on the practice floor, and the guys have responded well on the practice floor. I believe that we need the reps, and we need the work, and we need the rhythm and some muscle memory and all those kind of things that you need to improve. And I just don't really know any different than to go to work when you're trying to dig yourself out of a hole. So we'll continue to do that and squeeze the practices as we can, and any other walkthroughs and anything drill work we can do to try to get our chemistry back and get our connectivity back, because this team has shown they can do it.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yep, thanks, William.
Last one for you, Coach, goes to Lewis.
Hey, Coach, does the fact that the trade deadline is so soon make the mental toll of this losing streak heavier?
The what?
The trade deadline.
Make the what heavier?
Oh, sorry. Make the mental toll of the losing streak. Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think there's been much talk about that, Lewis, or anything. I don't think that has anything to do with it, really.
Sounds
I mean,
good.
it could personally to the guys, but I haven't heard anybody express it.